So anyway, now let's go to this thing. You know, sometimes you get to the point to where you just want to say, screw them. Now, what I mean by that is, this is something that I ordered on Monday. It was supposed to have been here Tuesday. Then I get a thing saying it's going to be here Wednesday. Anyhow, I have a small, hey baby, how are you, Jen? Your dad's girlfriend? Yes, you are. Your dad's big girl. You're a good girl. Yeah. But why is it that you, being a girl, and maybe being a girl, are the only two that bark at everything? Huh? Alright, let me get back to you guys. I ordered this stuff from Amazon. Now, as a rule, I don't have any problems with Amazon. I use them quite a bit. They're convenient. I'm a member of the Prime. And sometimes, believe it or not, regardless of what you may hear on some YouTube channel commercials, sometimes they're cheaper than anywhere else. So anyway, I have a battery charger over there. And I keep that one kind of hooked up permanently to a timer, to the batteries. Because in the wintertime with the bad, no sun, and, the light does charge them, but it barely does it. If it's windy, the turbine kicks in, that takes care of it. But in the wintertime, I set the timer to go on a couple of times a night for 15 minutes. This is like 11 o'clock at night and 4 o'clock in the morning type of thing. And I have it set for 2 amp. It's basically just there to give a little trickle, a little maintenance to the batteries. And I've been doing that for years. Not so much with that one, but with other ones. And my batteries, up until last year, I think it was this year, I just bought 2 new ones. And I say I think this year because this year just started, so I really don't know. I think it was about 4 or 5 weeks ago. But anyway, I bought a couple of new ones. After 12 years old or better, come on. So anyway, it works. But the other day, a couple of times I've had problems with my van not wanting to start. So I had to use the relay to kick in the rear battery. And then the relay went bad after a while. I don't know if it's just because of the voltage going through it or whatever. It was a 100 amp relay, so it should have been more than enough. But at that point, I had to jump start it at one time, and I had to disconnect all that. Now, it's not a pain in the ass, but it's a pain in the ass. Then you got to get out the extension cords, and it's a pain in the ass. Well, the other day, the wife's fan didn't start. And I got to check that now that the weather's getting better. It's been okay now, but she has a second battery, and she also has a small 50-watt solar panel on the roof. Now, that's hooked up to the second battery, which is also on a relay. Well, when she flipped the switch, the relay, the second battery didn't work. It was just as dead as the first battery. So that kind of tells me that we've got a problem with either the controller charger or a bad wire. Can it be the solar panel? It could be, but not likely. But the batteries, I mean, again, they're good batteries. So did she drain something accidentally? Who knows? The story and the reason why I'm going into this is because I just don't want to keep disconnecting that thing. I want it to just be there. If I have to jump something in here with it, fine. It's just one plug. I unplug, plug in, Boom, I'm done. So I decided to buy a couple of more chargers, and that's what I did. Now, when I ordered these, they were supposed to be here Tuesday, and I get a thing saying they'll be here Wednesday. I go in the house last night. Today's Thursday, by the way. I went in the house last night, and I get on the internet and checking my emails and such. I get an email saying that they've been delivered, and it shows a picture. Well, I have no idea where all that picture was taken, because I have nothing like that on my property anywhere. Front, rear, here, there. So I said, well, this isn't, you know. So the wife says, well, you should wait. No. I'm not going to wait. I want them to know that it says they were delivered and they haven't been delivered. So I call. I first put in a delivery, good or bad. I put bad, and it gave me a chance to leave a statement. I call. I get this guy on the phone. Seemed like a nice kid, a guy, whatever. And he was trying to be helpful. So, you know, I would have to give him a 5-star on what he was trying to do. But I told him the story. He goes, oh. I says, you know, the thing is, you guys have been delivering to my house for years. And now all of a sudden, we get one guy that doesn't know. He can't see the mailbox out there. That's an extra large. It's not one of those little mailboxes. It's a big mailbox. You can put these in there and more. I said, but otherwise it doesn't go in the mailbox. I was just trying to explain to him how big our mailbox is. And it says the address on it in big 5-inch letters. So, and at night, I coated the mailbox itself with reflective material. So if it's dark out, it still bangs out on you. So what is the problem with this thing? So I'm telling the guy this. He goes, oh. He says, so you didn't get it yet. Didn't get it yet. Somebody got it, but I didn't get it. And I don't know what these houses look like, you know, if it's on a back deck, front deck, you know, I have no idea. You know, you look out the window, you walk up and down the street, you see nothing. I don't know where it is. All right, let me get a hold of the supervisor. Supervisor, okay, gets back to me, the same guy. He goes, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to expedite 2 more out to you. And you'll see him sometime Friday. Not happening. I said, I need these things. That's why I ordered them. You've already went from Tuesday to Wednesday. Now it's Wednesday, and now you're pushing me off to Friday. It's not going to happen. That's all there is to it. It's not going to happen. Right? And not knowing where they went, I don't know who's got them. Now I know if somebody next door would get them, they would bring them over to the house. But who knows? So anyway, I said, it's not going to happen. Forget about it. I don't want them. I'll find them someplace else. I'm done. You know, you guys can't hire people that can read a number. What are you going down the south of the border, down to Mexico, and hire them when they come across? Now, like I say, I haven't had problems with them. So, you know, I mean, I could have gave them the benefit of the doubt, but no, it doesn't work like that. Right. This was definitely a faulty driver. So anyway, I said forget about it. Well, next thing you know, this was about 7 o'clock. No, I'm sorry. It was still light out. It was about 5:30, 6 o'clock when I called. 7 o'clock, I checked the front door. Ring. It would ring and tell me anyway, but let me check. Nothing out there. So the driver, you know, I said to them, why don't you just get the driver on the phone and tell him to go back to wherever he put it and deliver to the right address. Oh, we can't do that. We can't get a hold of drivers. Bullshit. You know, now you start treating me like I don't know anything. Come on. That driver's in contact with the warehouse or the management or superintendents or whatever all the time. So, I look at the emails about 7:30, 8 o'clock. And there's an email there saying that this order was canceled and the other order's on its way and I'll see it Friday. So what didn't this guy understand when I told him forget about it, I'll get them someplace else? Okay. Next thing you know, about 10 o'clock, I hear my doorbell, not my doorbell, but my ring go off. And I look at it, and there was somebody dropping the box off on my front porch. There was a little note. Left at wrong address. Here you are. Alright, so this is just somebody. It was left. This is the original package. It was left someplace. Luckily that guy or person was honest enough. They put a little note on it saying that it was left at the wrong address. Alright, enjoy or something like that. I gotta find the note around here someplace. And at that point, oh, okay, there it is. So now I try to get back on. And they keep telling me via the computer that I've already made a comment. So now that means you're going to send me another one? Now, here's what I'm thinking. Should I just keep the other one and say, oh, fuck them, excuse my language, you know, for being stupid? You snooze, you lose? Because if I want to get it back, that means they're not going to send a pickup for it. They're going to want me to drop it off. So now I got to drive out of my way to drop this off because they fucked up. If I wanted to drive someplace to buy one, I could have done that. I didn't want to. Now, because I don't do these things, it's driving me nuts because I'm really thinking of telling them to go fuck themselves and keep them both. And basically I get a free one. And I keep giving myself all kinds of reasons why I should keep the free ones. The bullshit on the phone, the time on the phone, the aggravation, telling them not to send it and they did send it. I mean, hello, you know, your time, my time, regardless of what it is, it's our time. Now it's going to take me 25 minutes, half an hour to take the other one because I'm not going to stand out there and wait for the guy to deliver this thing. You know, so what do I got to do now? I got to take my time, half an hour, fuel, I got to drive. Because they screwed up? I don't think so. So I can very easily talk myself into fucking them. But again, I don't know. Okay, so this is, okay, I guess it automatically decides if it's a 6 volt or 12 volt. I mean, they were cheap enough. I think the two of them were like $48. This one I think was 24 and this one was 19 in tax. But this one, 8-stage. Oh, this is a, yeah, this is a maintenance type unit. And this one is a charger, 6 amp, which is fine. 12 volt, yeah. Now here's what I'm going to do with probably this one. And I've done this before, believe it or not. When I had the store, I bought a new van. If you looked at my Sturgis tapes, you'd see the Ford van that I had bought for the store. And what I had done was I originally had it set up inside so that if I had to go work on a radio someplace, you know, like a business or something, I was able to do it there, you know, take the radio, bring it into the van. The van had extra batteries. It also had a small generator that would slide out, and I'd be able to shut the doors and run it out of the outside. Actually, there it is over there. It's a Yamaha, one of those super quiets. And at that point, I was able to work on them. But what I also did was I hooked up a small charger under the hood and had the plug in a small box under the grill. So if the batteries did go a little low or dead, all I had to do was basically plug a cord into this and into an outlet, and this was all built in, connected to the battery directly, not using these. This here way, it would just automatically start to charge, you know, and away it goes. And sometimes in the wintertime, when it was sitting out at the place, you know, like you don't use it for 2 or 3 days. Sometimes I would have the charger that I had built into there set on trickle, so it would kick in a couple times and trickle. That's the same thing I do here. Back then, solar panels really weren't out and about, so I couldn't do that. Alright, so anyway, now let's see what this actually does or supposed to do. Actually, I shouldn't be doing this. Actually, I should stop saying actually. So anyway, I got online today. I did. And I was talking to Valerie. Valerie is with the Coast Guard. And she's the one that we have to send our radio papers, forms to every time we either sign up a new radio or renew, which is every 3 years. Yeah, these are going to get cut off. But before I do that, I want to make sure this is all working. There's another thing that stopped working. This plug. I don't know why that stopped working. Where can I plug this in there? Well, this is a short. Oh, I can put it right here. Okay. Okay. Oh, you don't want to light up? Is there an on or off button here someplace? Well, maybe it's a good idea that they are sending me another one. I would think this would light. Go on.